everybody, Dr. Kate Sage here, and I wanted to talk to you today about melatonin, our sleep hormone. So melatonin is made by the pineal gland, also known as the pine cone of your head, which is a small little pea-shaped gland right in the middle of our head. And it does a few other things, but it's kind of unknown what else it does, and so it's mostly known for our melatonin production. It is supposed to make the most amount of melatonin, have that big kind of peak right in the middle of the night after you go to sleep, before you wake up. But what happens is that sometimes with stress and just life in general, like jobs or shifts in bedtime, we end up messing up our circadian rhythm and no longer have that natural peak at the right time, and it ends up affecting our sleep. And so what we need to do in order to have a natural rhythm again is to help shift that melatonin curve. So how do you do that, Dr. Kate? That is the point of this video, my friends. I'm going to share with you 3 different things that you should do to help put your circadian rhythm or your child's circadian rhythm back to where it's supposed to be so they can get good sleep. Number 1 is to get natural light first thing in the morning, full spectrum light. So what needs to happen is you or your child can go outside and get sunlight in your eyeballs for 30 minutes every day. And this needs to happen in the first 2 hours that you're awake. And so by doing this, you end up kind of stimulating your pineal gland to make more melatonin at bedtime. Isn't that crazy? If you live in Minnesota or someplace cold and dark right now, however, you should probably just buy a light box if you don't want to go outside. And light boxes, and actually I'm not even opposed to getting a light box here in Arizona because they're so convenient and they work so well. All you need to do is turn it on for 30 minutes and have it sort of in your periphery while you're eating breakfast or reading a book or what have you for those 30 minutes every morning. And it can make such a difference in your mood or in your energy for the day. And then again, it helps your pineal gland to make the right amount of melatonin at bedtime. So that is number 1. Number 2 is to try not to get exposed to blue light at all for 2 hours before bed. And I know that one's tricky. I know blue light has some benefits too, but really for those 2 hours before bedtime, what happens is that blue light ends up stimulating your retina, which ends up stimulating your pineal gland to stop the production of melatonin. So you want to make sure you don't get exposed when you are ready to have melatonin production start. So sometimes I have kids, if they need to work in the computer to finish papers or something, I have them get those blue light blocking glasses, or you can also get the apps for your phone. There's a bunch of tips online if you really need to look at that. But so that's tip number 2. And then tip number 3 is to actually use supplemental melatonin. But how I do it in this circumstance is to give it 3 hours before bedtime and to only give 0.5 milligram to kids. And so what that's doing is by starting the production way earlier, it's helping so that the peak curve will happen sooner, so then your child will fall asleep sooner and its peak will happen at a more appropriate time in the nighttime. And then they'll wake up feeling more rested. And same for adults. For you, however, I probably would do 3 milligrams, not anymore. 3 milligrams is plenty, and try to do it 3 hours before bed. Sometimes we even go 6 hours before bed, but whatever's needed to kind of shift that curve. All right, that's all I got for today. If you have questions, come find me at Intuition Wellness Center. It's been fun.